Well, that's great.
Well, I don't think I have to tell you guys, but that's not supposed to be moving like that. What's up, guys? Welcome back or to the channel. And somebody complained the other day that I keep saying what's up. That's just how I start my videos. So yeah, but as you guys can tell, we're back in the garage. And whenever we're back in the garage, there's something to fix. And it is Big Bird this time, because you can see that pinion is not happy. And I picked up all the parts, but I am not going to be doing it myself, I'm sad to say. This time I do have to bite the bullet and take it somewhere. As you can see, this is where I do pretty much all of my work, and this is an underground parking lot where I store my vehicles. I do not want to get kicked out of here. I also do not want to cause any issues and make like a big mess. So I don't think I'll be able to tackle this one on my own. Usually I tackle most jobs on my own, and I would really actually like to do this one. I feel confident I can do it, except for pressing the actual bearings on. I won't be able to press them here. And I know I can throw them in the oven and I can throw the pinion in the freezer, but the thing is, I can't leave this thing taken apart here and go inside the house and go do all of that stuff, because this is a public space. Like, I can't just leave my axles and everything apart, and yeah. So that's not really a great option. Second option is it's winter, so I can't really do it outside. Don't really want to be freezing my butt off. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to bite the bullet, because instead of taking the pinion out and going and getting it pressed somewhere, I'm just gonna take the actual Jeep and go and get it done. But I did buy the parts. So I did pick up a few things. You can see here, I've got new straps and a new yoke, because my yoke right now is getting beat up from having the pinion bearing all messed up, and the actual U-joint is flopping around inside the yoke because the yoke is kind of messed up. So yeah, I purchased a new yoke. It was $100 for the yoke. It was like $25 or $30 for the straps. These are Dana. These are made actually by Dana, so they say Spicer on them. This is a Yukon gear and axle, a yoke, and then I've got USA standard gear for my bearings. Now this is just letting the guys know inner axle seals were done by me, and please reuse my gasket for the diff because I have a lifetime gasket. But it comes with inner axle seals, which I do not need, which is why I mentioned that to them. It comes with the pinion seal in the back. It comes with a new nut. It comes with the crush bearing, or crush washer, I should say, crush washer, that's not a bearing. And it also comes with the marking compound, so you can actually set the lash and make sure that everything is where it should be. Then you've got yourself pinion bearings, as well as carrier bearings. So I will be doing the carrier bearings, which I believe are these two guys here, and these two should be the pinion bearings at the bottom. So we will be getting all of that replaced since they're already in there. I might as well get it all done. Bearing set over here cost me $160. This is not the master set. If you get a master set, it comes with all of the actual spacers and shims and everything. But I figured since I'm taking it to a shop, they should already be able to either reuse mine or have an extra shim or two on hand. So I didn't feel like spending the extra $100 just to get that, or $80 I should say. But we have everything else, and I'm confident that once we throw this in, the Jeep is going to be doing great. I am planning to take it off-roading this weekend. We are going to be going to Ray's Place or Minden Off-Road Park, whichever name you guys know it by, and we should have a good time. But first things first, let's get this thing to the shop. And if you guys are wondering why this video is titled something like rebuilding my entire axle, or completely rebuilding my axle, and that's because we are doing more than just the bearings. I am actually also going to get them to do a full check. I already did a full check myself about 3 weeks ago. If you guys remember that video, or if you've been following the channel, then we did our U-joints. I did the U-joint on the driver's side axle shaft in the front, and I also did the front of the drive shaft that connects to the actual pinion. And that's the one, or that's when I noticed that that was more than just the U-joint that I needed. I've also noticed that it was quite milky inside of the axle, meaning there was water inside and it mixed with the oil. Now, I believe that that could be the rear pinion seal, so we're gonna see exactly what happens after we replace that, if we still keep getting the same issue. Excuse me, guys. But I believe that was the main culprit because I can see it leaking a little bit at the rear of the pinion. Now, the other stuff that they are going to check is ball joints and bearings. I've already checked my ball joints and bearings, but you never know. Maybe I didn't catch something and maybe they will catch something, or maybe they're just gonna try to screw me. Either way, I did check everything myself, so I pretty much have a good idea of what needs to be done and what doesn't need to be done. If they start telling me weird stuff, then I'll kind of know right away. But yeah, other than the actual front pinion, I don't think I'm gonna need too much. Maybe one ball joint and possibly a bearing on the passenger side front. Other than that, I think I am pretty solid, and the alignment will be nice because I know my alignment is off after off-roading it for a year and just beating the crap out of it every weekend. So definitely an alignment will be nice and it's gonna improve the ride, but I don't think I need too much else. So let's hope that we don't get too big of a bill today. But like you can see, guys, I'm on the highway now and she drives pretty good. Like, it doesn't really drift too much. Drifts a little bit, but honestly it's pretty damn good. I wouldn't call that too terrible. It is a little bit lumpy in here. You can see my phone bouncing around and you can see a couple other things bouncing around, but yeah, that is mostly probably because I need a tire balancing. So I will be getting a tire balance as well, but I don't think we're gonna need too much other than just the bearings, maybe well, I know I'll need a tire balancing and possibly a ball joint, but that shouldn't be too bad. Okay, we made it. And yeah, it was a little sketch at one point. I honestly don't feel too confident in it, especially after sending it off-road 3 separate times. Like, I took it off-road 3 separate weekends after finding out the pinion needed work. But we needed content, guys, we needed content. But we are pulling up here now, and this actually is called Toys for Trucks. And the funny thing is, this used to be 4-wheel parts. But we don't have 4-wheel parts in Canada anymore. They kind of pulled out of Canada, and I guess whoever used to own this place renamed it. You can see that used to be the 4-wheel parts sign, not anymore. So now it is TFT Off-Road. There's a sign over there. I'm gonna just park the Jeep up in here. But yeah, you can see it says TFT Off-Road, Toys for Trucks. They do all kinds of different accessories and stuff. Oh, this isn't as easy as you think. But yeah, I think they should have pretty much the same mechanics working there. I'm not 100% sure. I guess I'll find out in a second. But I figured this would be the best place to go to because I know a lot of guys that have had their gears done at 4-wheel parts. And hopefully we can get our stuff done and have it done well, because I don't want to take it somewhere and then have issues, especially after paying, when I can pretty much do all the work myself except for stuff like this. Alrighty, so we dropped her off, and yes, it is all the same guys, including this guy. If you guys remember, if you guys have been following the channel, then you know Vince. If you don't know Vince, well then shame on you. But yeah, it is all the same guys as 4-wheel parts, so they will be taking care of all of that for me. The wheel balancing, the bearings, as well as the alignment. Now, wish me luck. Hopefully I don't have a crazy bill. Hello.
Hey, Mike, it's Chris with TFT Off-Road. How you doing today?
Great, how's it going?
Good, thanks. Calling to let you know they brought the keys up for your Jeep, so she looks like she's done.
And did they get the alignment done?
Yeah, they did the alignment.
Okay, sweet. So I guess they didn't need any ball joints or anything like that.
Nope, they would have let us know that she's not prepared for an alignment.
Beautiful. I appreciate that. I'm going to do my best to come down there, pick up the keys and pay for it, and then I'll probably have to come back to pick up the vehicle.
Yeah, no problem. The only thing we've had to add is a couple of U-bolt straps for the front yoke.
I included brand new straps with the yoke.
Brand new straps with the yoke?
Yeah, there was straps and a yoke in the box. New bolts, new straps, and the yoke.
Alright, I will have to take a look at it.
Yeah, take a look, because I knew I needed the straps, so did they put the new yoke on as well, I guess?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. Yeah, take a look, let me know, and I'll be down there as soon as possible.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, no problem.
Bye. Well, guys, it seems like the Jeep is ready, and we got lucky. We didn't have to do any extra parts. They got the alignment done, they balanced the tires, but somehow Buddy missed the straps in the box with the yoke. I don't know what's up with that, but we'll go figure that out. So let's head down there and let's get Big Bird. Hey, we got the keys and she is looking good. I will go over the work that we got done, but I can't pick it up right now because I didn't get a ride. So I'm in the Gladiator. We're gonna basically hop back in the Gladiator. I've got to go pick my girlfriend Justine up from work because she is done in about 10 minutes. So I am gonna be a little bit late, but they close in an hour and there was no other way to get back here in time to actually get my keys. So I'm gonna have to get Vince or somebody to drive me back here and then we'll pick it up. But let's go pick up Justine and then I can go over my alignment sheet and all that other fun stuff. Actually, first, let me make sure that that thing is locked. Yeah, that's why we check. So she's not locked. Throw the steering lock on there, lock this. Trunk is locked, and driver's side. Pull that for good measure. And I think we're good to go. I'm gonna put this stuff on the floor just in case some crackheads walk by and get tempted. But yeah, see you soon, Big Bird. Now it's such a contrast driving this compared to that. Like, this thing is a world of a difference. I love driving that thing off-road. On-road, it's a little bit of a challenge, or not challenge, I should say. It's a bit of a chore. This though, however, it does great off-road and it does great on-road, and it's got a good amount of power in it and it drives great. Like, I love the suspension in it. It is a Rubicon, so it has the Fox shocks. It has all the gadgets and gizmos that I like. It's got all the extra little features and stuff for off-roading and for just daily use. So yeah, definitely love the Gladiator. But let's go and let's get a ride back and hopefully have a nice ride in the TJ. So we ended up paying $11.03.39, and the only thing that I did need was the yoke U-bolt kit. So they were right. The straps that I brought were for my stock U-bolt, for my stock yoke. The actual yoke that I have now takes a different style of U-bolt, which I will show you guys once I get the Jeep. I don't have the Jeep, we're still sitting in the Glad. But they were able to do my alignment without replacing anything. So I was right, I didn't need any ball joints or bearings or tie rods or anything. I just needed an alignment. And we had alignment, this is current. So here, let's look at what it initially was. So you can see the caster was a bit out. And our thrust angle isn't the best, but that's because I need a slip yoke. Yeah, so now everything is a lot better. So in comparison, we are sitting where we should be. It's not like there was a big change, but I think it was mostly our toe. As you can see here, this one is at 16 and 16. This one is at 0.1. I mean 0.01, sorry, and 17 or 0.17. So yeah, definitely the toe was out, and that was giving us that little bit of waviness on the road, why it wasn't going perfectly straight. And I did have a good laugh over here. They did a full inspection, so from drivetrain to suspension and everything. The only thing that I noticed here was when they did the test drive, it says trans shifting properly, trans indicator, and then over here it says four-wheel drive shifter functional, and the guy checked off on it. Well, unless they fixed that, it's not functional. And the only other thing that they did mention to me that they did was oh, it doesn't look like they did the balancing. I don't think they did a tire. They did tire balancing. Yes. So they did the tire balancing, they did the alignment, and they did the rebuild on the diff. So that's all done. But one thing that they did tell me is the reason that the pinion went out is the slip yoke portion on my drive shaft, the part that's supposed to compress with the suspension whenever the suspension flexes. That part was seized, and that's what was causing my pinion to go out, because every time the suspension flexed, it was basically pushing on the pinion instead of being able to compress like it should. So they fixed it, they checked it, and yeah, so let's go take a look and see exactly what is fixed and how it looks now. We got the TJ home thanks to Vince. He gave me a ride and we ended up grabbing it last night. But now, shout out Vince. But right now, let's go take a quick look at what parts they used and what they didn't use. Now, I haven't opened these up yet, so let's see. Okay, perfect. So inner axle seals. So we've got spares for when we need those. We've got the gasket, which I did not need because I mentioned I have a lube locker. And our straps that they didn't use. These I can actually probably return, so that's not too bad. I can get my 30 bucks back or 25 bucks, whatever I spent on those. So that I'm gonna put aside, I'm gonna return that. These I'm gonna keep, and you know what? It's not a bad idea to keep the gasket as well. So let's just put this all in there. And from here, our old yoke. So obviously this guy is a little bit worn and beat up. You can see there the fresh metal marks on the inside of where the actual U-joint would sit because it was rattling back and forth. So good thing that we got that taken care of. Our old straps are in there, which we also will not need. So it looks like this box is trash. No point of keeping things that we're not gonna be using. This I can put aside for myself and actually use those pieces, so that's good. And now to show you guys quickly underneath, this is that slip yoke section right here. You can see how it actually is supposed to move. That's why there's that boot. And mine was not moving, so they ended up taking it apart and re-greasing it for me, and now everything is good. There's that new U-joint I did before, and you can see we've got our new U-bolts with a strap. So apparently this is the stronger version than what I was actually giving them. The style that I have wasn't as beefy and as robust. It's nice they paint marked everything from the pinion nut to the U-joints to everything. So basically now we know if anything is moving, and easy to go in there and just retighten it. And these are awesome because they told me if these get loose, you can just keep tightening the nuts. On the actual straps, they only go as tight as the strap goes. So it's actually pretty good that I have this in case anything ever happens in the future and I have an issue, I can still tighten them down a little bit more before I have to go and replace whatever is the issue. So that's good. They checked all the ball joints. All the ball joints are good, so we don't have to really worry about anything there. The front end is good. The alignment is good. And I do think they inflated the tires a little bit too much. I'm not sure if they inflated them or if I inflated them when I was off-roading, but usually I inflate them to around 30. I think I'm gonna drop them down to 28. I did feel that they were a little bit tough last night, a little bit lumpy, but that could be because she's empty. Right now, there's pretty much nothing in the back. I've got a bit of water for when I have to spray down anything on the outside. I have a water system with a pressurized hose, so I kept the water in here and I kept some fluids in here, but usually I have all of this stuff. So I've got like my tool set, all the other tools, all the different stuff that I would bring from patch kit to straps to I don't know, you name it, it's in there. Like I've got tools, ratchet straps, pulling straps, tree savers, a full socket set. I've got a bunch of different chemicals. There's that pump that I was talking about for my water. We've got brake cleaner in case we lose a bead on a tire. We've got our chalk. There's a jack in there, blocks of wood, whole bunch of crap. So a couple 100 pounds, I'd say maybe 100 or 200 pounds. It's gonna help out, definitely bring this rear end down and help with the weight because it was bouncing around a whole lot last night. But to be honest with you guys, I am gonna lower down the pressure because I think that's gonna help a lot. So let me take care of that, then we'll go for a quick drive. I did take it for a drive when I drove home. Like I said, it was driving a bit lumpy, but other than that, it's never driven as good as it has. It was quiet, it was smooth, it drove amazing. I didn't actually know it could drive this well. So yeah, let's pack it all up, lower the pressure a bit, and let's go fill her with gas because we're getting a nice snow dumping tonight and we're going off-roading in the morning. And if you Tetris it just right, you can fit everything in there. You can see And there's like a jack back there, bucket of bolts, straps, all kinds of different junk and jumper cables and stuff. Hacksaw, a pump, tools, blocks of wood. There's a tire plug kit back there. All kinds of chemicals and wrenches and screwdrivers and junk in here. Full ratchet set, I think I mentioned that. Fire extinguisher, coolant, oil, water, windshield washer. Like, this thing is self-sufficient as much as it can be. It's first aid kit. So yeah, we've got all of that Tetrised back in there, and once you Tetris it, it all fits pretty damn good. Only other thing I did already was the wipers. So I got those changed out. Got ourselves some new wipers already. I think, oh, I dropped one. So we've got wipers. I also cleaned out the windshield because, well, the inside anyway, because the inside had mud all over it. Usually what I do to test out any repairs I've done is I take her for a quick cruise through the underground parking lot here because it echoes like a bitch and you can hear every little noise on the Jeep. So let's go for a little cruise and let's see. But to be honest, she's sounding great. Like, I'll go give you guys a roll in neutral here. No noises. Like, I know that it doesn't pick up everything, but you got to take my word for it. She is riding oh so nice today. So let's go put in a bit of gas, and then I think we can have a little bit of fun tonight. We have a blizzard coming. They're saying it's going to be snowing anywhere between 2 to 3 inches per hour. Yeah, I didn't say all night, I said per hour. So it's gonna be definitely an interesting time. We are heading to the off-road park in Minden tomorrow, so we're going 3 hours up north, so it's gonna be a hell of a time tomorrow. But I think we can still find something to go play around with or play in tonight. It looks like it has already started. Jeez, look at this. Oh yeah, I know it doesn't come through on camera as well as you actually see it in person, especially because it's so dark out. Let me see if I can capture it with the light. You can see a little bit better, but she is hella snowy tonight. Let's go. Yeah, I'm not sure how well the camera picks it up, but it is getting pretty wild out there. Like, it is blowing some snow right now. Woo-hoo! It's a little slippery outside today. So, other than the royal shitstorm outside, it's actually driving really nice. And I actually love this kind of weather. This is the only good thing about winter for me. I'm the kind of person that likes to live on the extreme. So when it snows, I want it to snow like 3 meters. Like, don't fuck around. Like, I want snow. So now that they're saying this is gonna be the best snowstorm of the year, I'm actually waiting for this. So I'm gonna wait an hour or two until it builds up. I'm gonna hop back in Big Bird, and then we're gonna go and we're gonna see what we can get into. But she's driving awesome. Like, I've never actually thought that the Jeep could drive this well. It's driving smooth, the steering is great, the responsiveness of the actual throttle is nice because I've changed out all the worn pieces, the U-joints. I've put in a new transfer case this summer. We just did the bearings in the axle, so like she goes. Like, she does what she needs to, and I still haven't re-geared it yet. It's still running 3.07s, so she's good, she's real good. So let's go, let's put her away for now. Let's wait for the snow to build up, and hopefully we can have a good time. All right, now Big Bird is ready. Everything is working better than ever. All the rock lights are finally visible because nothing's covered in mud. So you can actually see all the green underglow. Doesn't come up that well on the camera, but it does come out a lot better once you're actually outside in the dark. But I always thought this thing got filthy because I cut the fenders. Now, I love the look, and I kind of knew it was coming with the territory. But this thing, like, bruh, look at this. This is all just spray from those front tires. And like, yeah, I guess they do stick out quite a bit, but there is a fender there, and I got the extra step, like the Mopar rock rail here, to kind of mitigate with that. And no chance, my guy, no chance. This thing just collects dirt like cheese. Yeah, look at this. We were out there for maybe all of 10 minutes because the gas station is literally across the street from where I live, and you can see how quick it's building up.
It's wet outside. See the snowball. Look, a greasy brown snowball.
Well, it's been about 2 hours, and you can see it is building up. Let's go. Let's get it, boy. All right, let's get it. This is gonna be a good old time. So we're not going out just to fuck around. We actually are gonna go grab some food. But first, we're gonna go fuck around. There we go, boy.
It's that Canadian cheap life, boy.
Whew, that was fun. Draw some oddly spaced titties out there in the snow. No, honestly, I was just trying to have a good time and it just kept spinning out, so I just went with it and just started doing some 360s. But now I think we actually gotta go, but you can see like it does not want to move. Yeah, you really got to get that wheel speed up. So yeah, that's how bad the storm is. It blew over an entire pine tree over here. Look at that. That's nuts. Oh man, so we went and got clown meat sandwiches because nothing else was open. But I literally got here, I'm taking my seatbelt off and I'm like, hey fam, what the hell's going on over here? I guess every time I hit second gear, or the first time I hit second gear, I guess, the lid said goodnight. Somehow the drink is all in there. So there's a testament to my driving, because there was a lot of snow out there and there's only a little bit of Coke on the floor. Just a little bit over there. Well guys, that's the end of the video. I'm gonna be quick because I gotta go eat. If you guys wanna see this thing go off-road and beat up the snow tomorrow and hopefully make it back in one piece, then definitely jump down there, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I will see you guys in the next one. But until then guys, ride safe out there. Peace.